Hello to my first Champions League video, and it was an epic round of 16 encounter, eight fixtures being played. This is the first leg of two. The second leg will be played somewhere mid-March, but that's the future, and we're here to talk about the present. And the first game was really a mouth-watering contest to begin with, where Manchester City hosted Barcelona, but the end result was all too similar for the Catalan Giants, where Barcelona, thanks to Messi and Dani Alves, put two past Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium there. Barcelona, they did take a big step to reach their seventh quarterfinals in the Champions League, and it was all brought about due to Di Michelis upending Messi and evidently getting a red card and putting City down to 10 men. And really, in this game, I think Manchester City and indeed Manuel Pellegrini did take a very cautious approach. I mean, they are playing Barcelona, but in saying that, Barcelona did really control and dominate a lot of the possession and a lot of the ball in the final third in Manchester City's half. Barcelona did take the advantage when Messi was brought down by Di Michelis. Di Michelis got sent off. Messi took the penalty and obviously scored. And City, though to be fair, City's heads didn't drop until the 90th minute, where Dani Alves, there was a nice bit of interchanging play on the right, smashed it past Joe Hart, and there was a very good goal laid on to put Manchester City in massive doubt of progressing through to the next stage. At the Emirates, it was Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. It was a replay of last year's fixtures. However, the result didn't change. It was Bayern winning 2-0 thanks to Toni Kroos and Thomas Muller. There was another red card in this game, this time for Wojciech Szczesny, the Arsenal goalkeeper. David Alaba stood up to take the penalty that was received after Szczesny got sent off. He missed. However, Mesut Ozil for Arsenal had missed a previous penalty before that, as he was brought down in the box by Jerome Boateng, and it was a very good save by Manuel Neuer. Poor penalty from Mesut Ozil there. But Bayern were more engaged in the first half and really tried to go after Arsenal, although they still weren't able to find a way before the break. However, that being said, for all of Bayern's possession, Arsenal did look dangerous on the counter-attack, but against 10 men and against a quality side like Bayern Munich, it was only going to be a matter of time, as Bayern were absolutely ruthless and just pressed Arsenal very deep, and Arsenal ended up conceding 2 goals there. In France, it was PSG taking on Bayern Leverkusen, and thanks to an Ibrahimovic brace and goals from Mutadi and Johan Cabaye, puts this the second leg, all but over, and PSG, I believe, will progress through the next stage. PSG just really were frenetic and unrelenting in the first half. They pressed Leverkusen very hard, didn't allow them to play up from the back at all, and they all kind of started through Ibrahimovic and trickled the way down to the team. PSG's intentions were very clear. They wanted to get this game as quickly finished and completed through an emphatic scoreline as possible, and they did that when Matuidi scored in the 3rd minute. Ibra obviously was a center of attention. He got a delightful double there, but to rub salt into the German outfit's wounds, that they got one of their players, I believe, got sent off as well, and Leverkusen were just very tired and very sloppy, and PSG made them to pay for their poor efforts. In Italy, especially, well, definitely, this game was very intriguing before game at the San Siro. AC Milan versus Atletico Madrid, and it was Atletico that stole the game very late on due to a Diego Costa goal. Milan were unlucky. They were denied by the woodwork twice, and Atletico, to be honest, did start off the more promising on the side, the more promising of the two sides, forcing Milan back. And Milan, they did fight back under Seedorf, their new manager. They did fight back. They did show some resilience, and they really wanted to show their home fans that they could go and progress into the next stage of the Champions League. However, that wasn't to be, as Atletico just soaked up all of Milan's firepower, and then very late on they decided to go on a massive counter-attack themselves, and which led to a Diego Costa, I believe it was 82nd or 81st minute goal. However, this fixture isn't over. Both teams have got everything to play for in the second leg, so this is definitely a fixture to keep your eye on. Now on to the week later's legs at Olympiacos. An emphatic win for them. They beat Manchester United 2-0. The host, it was a deserving win for the host there. They they were kept in touching distance of the next leg, as long as they don't stuff up in any big major fashion at Old Trafford. And United really, to be honest, did enjoy possession. However, they just lacked creativity. I mean, I've said that so many times on this channel. However, Olympiacos, they were commanding in defense, and that was where they really built most of their attacks from. Joel Campbell, the Arsenal loanee, had an absolute fantastic strike, putting Olympiacos up, and it was only late on where Van Persie had a blatant opportunity that he just skied over the bar, and it really just summed up Manchester United's night, which was absolutely poor and dismal. In Turkey, Galatasaray and Chelsea played out a 1-1 draw, and this was very entertaining because the West Londoners really were cruising to victory for the majority of the game due to a Fernando Torres goal. Yes, I know, he scored. However, Galatasaray equaled midway between in the second half, and it leaves the second leg very wide open. Chelsea did control the first half, and it was just a contrast of halves because after Mancini talked to his side at the break, Galatasaray came out second half and were absolutely a different team. The way that they pressed the ball, the way that they passed and had more fluid possession, and the interchanging linkage of play was absolutely brilliant and beautiful at times. So credit must go to Mancini on that front. But as I said before, it's going to be an interesting second leg, and again, another one to pay attention to. In Russia, it was Zenit going down to Dortmund in what was a free-scoring game because Dortmund put 4 past Zenit, and final score was Zenit 2, Dortmund 4. It was Lewandowski brace that helped the runners-up sink the Russian side, and they got 2 early goals as well due to Mkhitaryan and Marco Reus. Zenit really lacked fluidity, and they tried to find a way back into the game. However, their only attacking outlet was through Hulk, and it wasn't just enough through a compared to what is a star-started Borussia Dortmund side. And Dortmund really did create a lot of chances, and Lewandowski put 2 of those chances away, just showing why he's an invaluable striker and one that will probably be sorely missed at the end of the season. But for Dortmund, they've got the second leg in control, and there's no doubt in my mind that they'll be able to progress very close to the finals. The final game was an absolute mauling in Germany where Schalke lost a 6-1 to Real Madrid thanks to a Benzema brace, a Bale brace, and a Cristiano Ronaldo brace. I mean, where would he be? He has to be in the goal scoring sheet somewhere for Real Madrid. But it was a Madrid masterclass. It was a very, as I said before, thumping victory. Schalke had moments early, but after that it was all Real Madrid as they controlled large parts of the game through possession and just through creating chances. And the class between either side, Madrid and Schalke, was just very evident. Huntelaar did equalise and get a consolidation goal for Schalke. It was a spectacular strike. But again, when you got the likes of Luka Modric, Isco, Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably the best player in the world, Benzema, Gareth Bale at your disposal, and players like Sergio Ramos and Iker Casillas, I mean, it's going to be very hard for Schalke to beat them. And really, this game's over, done and dusted, because Madrid don't need to do anything because they've already scored 6 away goals. So that's the review of the first leg of the round of 16 in the Champions League. Stay tuned for in a couple of weeks' time, as I'll be reviewing the second leg of the round of 16, and we'll see which teams are able to progress and what interesting developments come out from the second leg. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.